Alright guys, so back to the cafe build. I'm excited about this. I want to get on it. So I'm going to take this old crappy looking air shock out of here, and we're going to put an R1 shock on it. Shock sitting right there. I know I'm going to need some spacers, but I want to start out with taking this off. 14 millimeter here, and there's a 14 millimeter right down there. Take it out from the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and buzz those out of there, pull the shock out, drop that one in, and see what kind of spacers I need, because I want to get the shock set up before I do the seat rail, because if you don't have the suspension on that you're going to be using, like I still got to do the forks, it's going to be at a weird kind of angle. So you don't want to set up your seat and everything and then change your suspension. It'll change the angle. So let me get these two 14 millimeters out and put the other one in, and we'll see what we got. Alright, so I got this one out of here, pulling it out this way. Alright, and then on the bottom you have a bolt going through that side and a nut on this side, so those are all off. Alright, so just pull these out of each side. Bolt going in from the outside, nut on the inside, one on that side, one on this side. And there's a little bracket underneath here that I pull down a little bit. Yeah, that should give me the room right there I need. Now this alright, so now we're getting somewhere. Got this airline here, and then we got that line. Golly, look at that thing. That's rag nasty right there. Alright, put that in the bin. Now this one here, I know we got to do some modification because of how things are set up, the overflow and everything, but I'm just curious to see how it's going to fit what we're looking at. Alright, so I know putting it in the standard way like this, it doesn't look like it's going to work. I think it has to go this way with the reservoir on the inside, and you got to get rid of the overflow. And then it should fit right down in there. So let's get this overflow bottle off, and then we should be able to fit it in there. 10 millimeter bolt on the right side coming through from the front backwards. Kind of a pain in the ass to get to, but alright, so I have to pull the bottom up because it's down through the front of the swing arm pivot, and then work it out this way. And the overflows out. Alright guys, just in case you wanted to see them side by side, the R1 shock is much lighter than this factory shock. So these are the spacers I have. I just cut them out of another spacer that I had. I cut them and measured them. For the top, to put the R1 shock in it, you need two of them at 4.95 millimeters. Each one is 4.95. For the low one, you need two of them at 12.425 millimeters. Each one is 12.425. And this is what I made them out of here. So I'm going to go ahead and mount it all up. Alright, so here it is all mounted up. Shims in the top. And then the shims down at the bottom. Just remember, you saw those shims I used were they were flared out. They're flared out because if you see how I got the flare side towards the shock. Alright, if it's not like that, the shock will just slide back and forth if the spacer you use in the diameter is the same as the collar. So you want to make sure that the flange part is facing the shock. This is going to hold the shock in here. It's solid. The ride height is going to be the same, free hanging like this. But when I set it down, this spring is probably going to be a little bit tighter than the factory one. I'm not sure. I'm waiting to put this on and to get my front forks on it so that I can set up my tail section. And I'm putting a different tank on. I'm going to put a CX tank. So we're getting there, people. Next stop, the front forks. Hopefully, guys, you like this video. And if you're building one of these up, you'll be able to put an R1 shock on. It's nice and easy. And hopefully hit the like button for me, subscribe, hit the bell for further notifications. Guys, until next time, this is TEPCO Cycle Repair.